So tell us about your history with Godzilla and why you wanted to bring Godzilla back to the screen.
I've been a lifelong Godzilla fan from when I saw the '54 version when I was a kid, and this is a worldwide iconic monster that everybody knows, and we wanted to put a slightly different angle on it and give this generation of fans something to see.
Why do you think the character has endured so long, through so many years?
I think he is a force of nature personified, and when he shows up, it's the shock and awe, and even just his iconic roar. He's just an incredibly cool character, and so I think that that's why fans around the world have held the candle for him for so long.
Do you think Godzilla is a villain?
I don't. That's why it was a very specific choice on our part to, give the audience something to cheer for, and I think you'll find that by the end of the movie, everybody's rooting for him.
Can you talk about the cast and how they contributed to the story?
An amazing cast. One of the things that was really important to us on this film was to make sure that you cared as much about the human characters and story as you did about Godzilla. And in this case, very rare time where every single one of our first choices said yes. And, from Juliette Binoche and Bryan Cranston, Ken Watanabe, David Strathairn, and of course, Aaron and Lizzie, we're very fortunate that they signed up, and we think Gareth Edwards is a brilliant young director, and that's another reason a lot of them signed up for it.
What do you think audiences will be most surprised when they see Godzilla in theaters?
I think, first of all, hopefully there's a visceral reaction when he shows up. We build to it, and there's a mystery in the beginning of the movie. And I think the emotion that you feel, and sitting and watching it with audiences, they seem to have, like, there's a real power when he shows up on screen. And also the way, the hope was that our version would look and sound like, quote, the real thing. Like if Godzilla were real, this is what you would see and hear.
And what do you think it is about this movie that's going to separate it from the previous versions of Godzilla films?
Well, we really wanted to make sure that we had a compelling story that was maybe more grounded, despite the fact that you have these massive creatures in the movie. And, so we spent a lot of time on interviewing scientists and professors and trying to have some semblance of, things in geology and echolocation and things that would ground this and draw you in. So, tough to comment on anybody else's movies. I'm certainly a huge fan of all the Toho movies. But, the tone of this, I think, is different as well.